Well, it was a great win for our team today. Obviously, beat a good basketball team that we had beaten twice before and let the game out go in the second half. And you saw the ending today. They keep coming. That's what it's all about. And really proud of our guys, though. They did a great job. And with us today, I've got Theo Akuba from Montgomery, Alabama, and Mike Thomas from Lake Charles, Louisiana.
Thank you, Coach. Questions in the room? Right here on the aisle.
Where Texas State shot either at or around 50% of the field through most of the game, roughly about 33%. What would you attribute your team's ability to down?
Just really dug in and made multiple efforts on the defensive end. Gave up a couple of offensive rebounds that hurt us, but I thought we did a really good job on a talented team. Now, the game at San Marcos earlier, we were up 12 with 12 to go and kind of let it go. We played really good defense in that game also. But they're a good team. We knew they were going to come back at halftime. We told the guys to make sure that we could take their first punch.
Well, we know we bring to the table. We know there's more to the game than just scoring the ball. We know our strengths, and we just try to play to them the whole game.
Right, we've got a couple of media questions on Zoom. For Michael, talk about closing out the game with confidence, especially making free throws down the stretch.
Yeah, it's just locking in, believing in myself, teammates believing in me, and just executing down the stretch.
For Theo, from your perspective, when Jordan Brown is playing that well, how much does that help your team?
Yeah, I told him when he scored 3 straight, I was like, stay in your zone, man. We'll keep giving it to you. And we all know he can score the ball. That's one of his strengths. So when he gets it going, he helps us. So I told him, they'll stay in it.
For Coach, is this the level of play you envisioned at the beginning of the season for your team?
Yeah, we always envision them to play well, and certainly I believe in this group. We've had some ups and downs, but we've got what we need in that room to win a game like today. We said that before, and each one of these guys brings something different from the table. Mike stirs a drink. He gives us some speed at the point. He's an assist man. Theo blocked 5 today. He's former defensive player of the year last year in the league. He had a foot injury that altered him a little bit in midseason, but he didn't play in the game at Texas State either. Neither one of these guys did, actually. They both had COVID and they missed that trip. So that shows you how valuable. But now they're sitting up here in front of you guys. So, but Trajan Wesley makes free throws, handles the ball. Dury came in. He's a shooter. He made his shot. Dude's a defensive player. Everybody does their job, and that's what makes a great team, a great family.
Other questions right here?
Well, I felt okay till they called Trajan on an offensive foul with Harrell, and thought they got a couple of calls late, but we were able to make enough free throws. And they scored all those buckets late to get to 16 second half field goals and 24 for the game. And got a couple of N1s too. But as y'all said earlier, we did a great job for them to score that many late and still only give them 36% from the field. So just being strong mentally, running the free throw line every time, huddling up, staying together, substituting. I mean, this guy doesn't finish the game because we're trying to switch 5. And Harold's a pretty hard guard for him. He's quick. He's a good player.
In the back.
We told the guys with like 30 seconds in the game, walked down the bench and told them we're halfway there. I mean, we still had 2 down, 2 to go, and our league is balanced. I saw a stat on Sports Reference. I may have mentioned this to someone, but said that our league had the best winning percentage since 1986. It's pretty impressive. It shows you how balanced these teams are. That's why we're having a great tournament here. A couple of teams have already been upset. Fortunately, we're part of one of those, but we believe we can do it. We certainly believe in ourselves, and We've played everybody in the league well, and we'll just continue to defend and make baskets and see if we can continue to rebound the ball and come out on top.
I have a Zoom question for Coach. Was this the best combined effort of Theo and Jordan in a game?
30 from a scoring standpoint, maybe. But they both had double doubles before. I mean, Theo's had 16 and 15. Jordan's had other games where he scored the ball a lot too, 29, 28. But yeah, it was a good game for them. I was really glad Jordan made his free throws. He's 6 for 8. And then I thought he got fouled on that dunk. I got upset because I thought he got fouled. And that's a momentum play that the officials don't call sometimes, but you have to protect the player. But both of them did a really good job. I mean, Theo's 4 for 5 and thought he got fouled on a couple as well.
Another Zoom question for Coach. Was it just a matter of Jordan getting back in a rhythm after missing a few games, or what went into his big performance today?
Well, we've seen that in practice. We saw it in the summer. We saw it in the fall. We saw it at Louisiana Tech. We saw it at San Marcos for a minute. We saw it at Coastal Carolina, right? They saw it. I wasn't there. But he's got the ability to really get hot and get it going. And when he feels good and when he makes a three-pointer like he did today, shooting over 45% from 3 for the year, he and Theo both shoot a really good percentage. And when they make one, it just energizes the team and helped him pick up the momentum and do a good job.
Other questions in the room in the back?
Just for the two players, just how you feeling? I thought kind of give you a lot of confidence the rest of the way.
We're excited for the win. But we know, the job isn't finished. We still have 2 more. We made it to the semifinals last year as well. So this year we're trying to, break the seal, break through.
I have a Zoom question for Michael about the importance of Jordan Brown and when he's playing well. What does that mean for your team?
It really gets us going as a team. I feel like it brings us closer together, and it just, once we keep feeding him, everybody collapses in, then we play off of him basically. But yeah, it gets the team going, and once he hot, he get hot.
A Zoom question for Coach. You won the rebounding battle 45-33. How key was that performance to today's win?
Well, it was important. We talked about it. We feel that we're a good rebounding team, and they are too. So, Small at halftime, Shelby Adams, a guard, led both teams with 5, and then Small gets 11, Theo gets 11. So they tied for the game high. But there's some good rebounders out there, and there were a lot of fights for some balls above the rim.
A question for Theo. How important was the effort in the paint today, and was that the key to the win?
Most definitely. Coaches was emphasizing that we have to dominate both ends in the paint in order to win this game. So, me and JB started talking to each other, getting each other going. Like, yo, we gotta, turn it up. Gotta turn it up, and we did.
Other questions in the room right here?
Just about Coach, what's it like coming back in?
Well, it's always fun. Pensacola has a special place in my heart, obviously, and got a lot of good friends here, and some that I saw right after the game that I haven't seen since I've been here. Some that have reached out, asked if had time to get together, and at some point, when this is all over, we will. But we're on a business trip here. We're trying to win, but it's special. I mean, I remember watching Clifford Lett play with the Pensacola Tornadoes in this building. I remember watching Roy Jones box in this building. I mean, there's been a lot of positive things here, and the Bay Center's done a great job. As I said yesterday, the Chamber of Commerce, I'm sure, and the PSA did a great job. And the city and community have embraced the Sun Belt. We're excited. We're here. It's a good venue. It's big. It's kind of like our Cajun Dome. It's big. We feel at home in there. But it's great to be back in Pensacola.
Other questions in the room? Okay, one last question from Zoom for Coach. You remain positive through some frustrating losses about the future of the team. What is it about the team that allowed you to remain so hopeful?
Just I believe in these guys. I mean, they're high character student athletes that we recruited, and we know what they're all about. And there were different reasons we were losing games, and we were disappointed, for sure, but not discouraged. And we just kept playing. And once it got in the middle of the season, we felt like, we just got to start playing well, and then we'll make a run in the tournament. And that's what we've done to this date. And today's what, 5 out of 6 guys that we've won. And so